Sun in the form, in that duration when Sun was searching for Sanjana, he kind of ridiculed and left Chaya. Sun is light, Chaya is the darkness. So he is the dark, the son of the darkness also. The whole body having veins very prominently, like हाथ उसका सबका veins दिखाई देगा, पैर का भी veins दिखाई देगा. King Vikramaditya, to forestall further wrangling, mentioned for a quiet at this point and said, "Now tell me about the seventh planet." The tall, dark, thin seventh Pandit, whose dress and manner beaconed his traditionalist conservative nature, was the very portrait of the disciplined authoritativeness. He spoke with his eyes slightly downcast, a shadow of harshness in his voice. His words reverbed across the palace's marble like a claw of a distant crow skipping along the surface of a glacier. O king, he began, Saturn is the supreme terrifier among the planets. All beings fear him, for he rules bereavement, misfortune. If pleased, he will give you kingdom, but if irritated, he will snatch everything away from you in a moment. His grace makes you happy, while his wrath so thoroughly ruins you that your name is completely forgotten in the human world. Saturn determines longevity and death. He is the lord of time. The ambition of the king is great, but their lives are fleeting. All the kings who have ever ruled the earth with their might have been reduced by time to the tales the others tell. Even King Indra and all the gods panic when Saturn is nearby. For over the age, many thousands of Indras have been overtaken by the power of time. Lord Saturn is tall, black, long limbed, and emaciated, with reddish brown eyes, large teeth and nails, prominent veins, a sunken stomach, a long beard, matted lock, and profuse, coarse, stiff body hair. He is lame and his limbs are rigid. His constitution is vata, intensely harsh. He is cruel in authority and his gaze, which is directly towards, is utterly terrifying. He is a Shudra. Some even call him outcast. By trade, he is an oil presser who worship Kala Bhairava. His metal is iron and his gem is blue sapphire. Lord of sinews. It's a band of substance which join the muscles and nerves of the west of Saturday and of the constellation Capricorn and Aquarius. He is also known as slow, son of shadow, the angular, the black, the endless, the end causer, the all devouring, the steady, the controller, and the famished, and the emaciated. Okay. So we already looked at the birth story regarding Saturn, right? Saturn is born to Chaya. And how he's born, we all know that. The very way that Yamraj tried to kick Chaya, his mother, Saturn saw that. And Saturn was very upset with looking at that. And when Saturn even was born, when he looked at sun's power started to reduce just by looking at the sun. When he looked at the charioteer of the sun, his charioteer fell on the ground. When he looked at the horses, his all horses became blind just with the gaze of the Saturn. And once he removed the gaze, only then they could get cured. So this is the power of Saturn. His gaze is very prominent. Whatever he looks at it, that thing gets destroyed. Uh, There's one story when like this was somebody was requesting Saturn to see his child. Okay, that is something different. So Saturn being like this, he is because Sun in the form in that duration when Sun was searching for Sanjana, he kind of ridiculed and left Chaya, and Saturn saw this, and Saturn became very in anguish and in hatred towards his father. And that is why there's a whole story, not in our culture only, like in any mythology you pick, wherever there's a discussion about Sun and Saturn, there is a discussion about child of the Surya or the Sun in their terminology, you will find there's a dispute that has always been told in different forms. So Saturn became like very angry with his father, and he always wanted to take revenge. So whatever Saturn is totally opposite to it, because he's born from a mother called Chaya. Sun is light, Chaya is the darkness. So he is the dark, the son of the darkness also. And nobody was accepting Saturn as a guru also. This is also a very distinct story, that nobody was accepting Saturn to be as his disciple. So actually, there is very less thing to less story regarding Saturn as his except for his birth story. There's nothing much that we can say about him. But I think the whole story that we are referring to is through this book. This book name is The Greatness of Saturn. Okay, this is book from Robert Saboda, and all the stories that I've till now I was telling you was from this book only. So I would definitely not recommend. I would insist everybody to get this book and read the whole story, because this story tells you about how Sadisati and other effects of Saturn happens. And this is a it's called going through those stories on your own will have a very different impact on you, and will have a altogether a different understanding of the grahas. So Saturn is called as a Shaneshchara, means he's the slow mover. Shane means slow moving. Okay. So that is why in the mantra that we always say, Tam Namami Shaneshchara. So he's the called as Shaneshchara. Yamagrajam, yani ki in the sense he is the brother of Yama. Chaya Martand, yani ki son of Chaya. So the all the Neelanjanam is his texture is bluish. His eyes, his whole body is not fair complexion, is dark in the complexion. So Neelanjanam. Okay. We'll give our offering to Saturn now. So what did we looked into the body's textures and all the qualities of Saturn? He is how will you notice somebody is coming? He's tall, black. So height will be good, but his complexion will be blackish. He will be thin. One of the prominent feature that you will notice with the Saturn prominent is the veins will appear on the body. You can notice the whole body, like the whole body having veins very prominently, like हाथ उसका सबका veins दिखाई देगा, पैर का भी veins दिखाई देगा. That is how you will know that this guy has got prominent Saturn in his chart. Okay. So rest everything that is there can you can mix it with other planet. Okay. Large teeth, large nail, that is also one of the prominent features they are saying, but most prominent is the veins. uh Sunken stomach. He will definitely, if Saturn is in the Kendra, then definitely, if no other planet is there, then stomach will be thin. He will not have a big belly or something like that. Uh, Long beard. He will always like to keep beard. Okay. And mated locks also sometimes. So a lot of people who keep their hairs in a very different way, mated locks and everything. So that will also be a feature of Saturn. Stiff body hair. So a lot of people with prominent Saturn will have very stiff body hairs. लोग कुछ लोगों का होता है ना, like शरीर पे बहुत बाल है, lot of hair in their body. So that is also a signification of prominent Saturn in their chart. So he is the lord of the nerves. So any kind of nervous disorder, nervous issues will be seen from the Saturn. Saturn will be the creator of those issues. So and also sinews. Sinews is a substance that binds the muscles to the bones. Like so it's a kind of a thing substance that joins the muscles together. So prominent Saturn or afflicted Saturn can have that issue of the sinews. One thing is he is like Shudra by work, this thing, and call him outcast. By trade, he's an oil presser and who worships Kal Bhairava. So definitely, Kal Bhairava, uh, praying to them, praying to offering, making offering to them also is a uh, big help for Saturn. As a Saturn, you're trying to praise Saturn, Lord Saturn, and get the blessing of the Lord Saturn also through praying to Kala Bhairava. So all these features of Saturn is there. A metal may iron and everything. No? Horses, this thing is there. Okay, moving to the last, Rahu and Ketu. So in terms of Rahu Ketu, there is no specific feature that has been described. Okay, we will look into a specific feature. We will go, but most prominently, Rahu Ketu are very absorbs the nature or the quality of the grahas they sit with along with. So if they sit with Mercury, they will top the qualities of the Mercury, enhance the quality of the Mercury. If they sit with any other, uh, they will adopt it. So whatever we have, we'll listen to it once from what they have said. When Saturn's champion abruptly stopped speaking, a stunned silence descended in the audience hall, until the eighth Pandit found his voice. Rahu and Ketu. The two nodes are the two most terrible planets born in the race of Asuras. Whenever the sun, moon enters the node space, those shining ones begin to quiver in fear. For the eclipse occurs whenever these demons conjoin the luminaries. Some say Rahu expressly afflicts the moon and Ketu the sun. Rahu and Ketu likewise eclipse the lives of living beings, and those they spare no one. You can be happy if you worship them and make appropriate offering. Since they among the planets are particularly cruel, it is essential to worship them regularly. When propitiated, Rahu fills one with mercy and removes diseases and fear of snakes, while a pleased Ketu gives transcendental wisdom. Intelligent Rahu has the Vata constitution and is the severed head of the son of the mighty Viprachitti and his wife Simhika, sister of Lara. So, so the story goes like this. There's uh, Prahlad, the young boy whom we always tell the story in the holy and everything. There's a sister to it. Her sister name is Simhika. Did you notice when we were chanting the Simhika Garbh Sambhutam? Simhika Garbh, he's born from the Garbh of the Simhika. So Simhika is the name of the sister of Prahlad. And his husband Viprachitti gave birth to Swarbhanu. Swarbhanu is the name of the Asura. When Samudra Manthan is happening, at that time, Swarbhanu, when the distribution of the Amrit was to happen, Swarbhanu decided to change his form and go and sit with the devas, with Surya and in between Surya and Chandra. When the like na Surya got the Amrit and Chandra got the Amrit, then the number of the Sarvanu came. And the moment he drank it, the nectar was just in his throat. At that moment, Vishnu like na chopped his head down. But Amrit got split in two parts. One became the head, and the other became the uh, body only. So in this way, Rahu and Ketu, the head became the Rahu, and the back, like now, the torso portion became the Ketu portion. This is how Rahu Ketu were getting the birth, and they also got the esteem placed between the uh, grahas as well. So this is the fundamental story. There is no specific feature as described over here, but we will look into certain features once we come into like na detail, more detail into Lagan and everything.